things that I've been really thankful for is that during the time that we're in lockdown, particularly in lockdown 4, there was so much stillness. There wasn't the sounds of all the cars and all the people. There was still, and into that stillness came lots of birds. I don't know if you noticed that, but there seemed to be more birds flying around, and we could hear their songs instead of the sounds of the cars and people. And one of the birds that flew into our garden was a fantail. We had never had a fantail before in our garden. I'm sure that you know about fantails, that you've seen them. You'll see their lovely fans that they have for their tails. The Māori name for them is piwaka waka. So it reminded me of a story a New Zealand story. Flit the Fantail, and my very good friend Trixie Wood has lent me her book so that I can read it to you. Flit the Fantail chick was not allowed to fly. "Stay here, little Flit. Your wings are not strong enough for flying," said Ma and Pa Fantail. "You stay safe inside this nest." Wonder what he's going to do. Well, Ma and Pa, they flew off. You can see them flying here, flitting to find some food. Flit does feel safe in his nest. He's high up in the branches in a kowhai tree. See the kowhai here in the tree. But Flit is bored. He wiggles and he squirms and he fidgets. Then Flit spots a tasty midge. Bzzz. Up he climbs to the edge of the nest. Stretch. He just can't quite reach it. He spreads out his fluffy feathers. "I can fly," he says. So he flits and he floats and he falls. Not gently, but thud on his head. Flit gazes up into the treetops. Oh no! How will he get back to his nest? Flit tries to fly back. He flits and he goes flop. You can see him trying here. Poor Flit. Up on the forest floor, just a bundle of fluffy feathers. He feels very sad. Ma and Pa were right. "I'm too little to fly," he says. Do you know there are other birds that are in the forests of New Zealand? And I think now we're going to meet a few of them who maybe are going to try and help. Here's Kiki the kaka. He hears them. "What are you up to, Flit?" he asks. "I can't get back to my nest," says Flit. But Kiki the kaka knows how to help. Not sure if this is going to work though. She finds a bendy fern. Climb up on it. It's a kaka catapult. Kiki bends it back, faces it towards the net, and Flit flopped. Splat! Flit flops down the tree trunk. Bit and Bob are rascally robins, and they hear the ruckus. "What are you up to, Flit?" they wonder. "Can't get back up to my nest," Flit tells them. The black robins know how they can help. "Righty-ho, here we go," they say. Bit takes one side, Bob takes the other, and together they fly up towards the nest. But Flit's puku is too plump. He is too heavy for the little robins to carry. Flit, flop, plop. Flit plummets down, straight head first into a puddle. Next to come along is Kerry the kiwi, who hears the splash. "What are you up to, Flit?" asks Kerry. "I can't get myself back into the nest." Kerry the kiwi knows how to help. Kerry places her beak on the bush floor. "Hold on to my beak, I will lift you up." But Kerry isn't tall enough, and Flit's feathers can't quite grip, so slip, slide, slump. Once again, Flit flops on the forest floor. "Oh, I'm just too little. I can't fly," sobs Flit. His friends gather round. Oh, they wish they could help. Then wise old Ruru sweeps down. All the noise has woken her up. "Why don't you try all together?" she says. Whoosh! And she flies back to her tree trunk. Now Flit's friends know what to do. Fling, flung, flump. Stretch, strut, flit, flutter. Flit's friends work hard. Together they tug Flit up, 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 back to his nest and home. Ma Fantail arrives with a beak full of food. Mama, I did miss you," fusses Flit. "Well, here's some kai to keep you growing big and strong," says Ma Fantail. So she feeds Flit and darts off again. Flit gobbles it down. Do you know what? Then he feels more like a grown-up. In fact, flit, float, fall, thud. Oops. So in that story we saw all those people working together. Well, we also saw Flit the Fantail and his fantail parents who were flitting here and there. And you know, Raywin Johnson from the Buller Parish, she reminded us that 6 weeks ago when we went into lockdown, that's just what you and I were like. I wonder if you can remember that you didn't really know what to do. You kind of flitted here and tried something, and then maybe flitted over there and tried something else, perhaps some colouring and then some building. But you just didn't seem to be able to settle. You know, in the Bible, God gives us lots of really good advice for different times. And one of the things that he said to us in the Psalms was, "Be still and know that I am God." You know, God gave those words to us during a battle. And the people would have been very busy and moving around really quickly, and there'd have been lots of noise and crashing and banging. People wouldn't have known what was going on. And into this, God spoke those words, "Be still and know that I am God." God was saying, stop. Be still. And he was reminding us that he's there, that he's with us, and that he's looking after us. So just like the fantails, we need to remember that we might flit and flop around, or we might even, like poor old Flit, come to a thudding stop. Bang! But in this time, let us remember, let's be still and know that God is with us.